have our first three characters in our game and we have our background drawn, we're going to add some things that make this into a real maze game. And the first thing I'm going to do is add a starting line and a finish line. Okay? So the starting line doesn't matter quite as much, but I'm going to do these as sprite. This is really important because you need to write a program that says if touching blank, then this command will happen. So we're using if-then statements here, and it's just a lot easier to code something like this if you keep that in mind while you're planning. So I'm going to draw my line that I'm going to use as the start, and I'm even going to write start here just to add a little bit of sophistication to it, you could say. I'm going to change my text to something fun. I'm going to label it start. Okay? Now you'll see that doesn't really pop up until I finally click away. That's just kind of how Scratch is. So there we are. We're ready to go. Over here, I am going to add a line that says finish. Similar concept, but you will see here, oops, I forgot to choose my line tool. Here, I am drawing the line great, that's exactly the size I need. So I'm going to move it to here. And I'm drawing the line vertical this time. You saw that I chose to use the line tool this time too. That makes your life a lot easier. You'll see my start line isn't quite perfect because I used the paintbrush. Maybe I'll go back and fix that in a little bit. But now I'm going to choose the text tool and I'm going to type finish. I'm going to actually change that font to black so it stands out a little bit more. And there we go. I think that looks pretty good. So now we can watch our characters travel around the maze. And as you can see, my dog's on the line, the dinosaur is crossing the line, cheating, and he's still getting to the finish first. So this is where things get pretty complicated. Only because you have to draw so many lines. So as you can see, these blue lines that I have, they're really just a guide for you because they're just part of your background. So there's a few things that we need to make happen. One, we need to program the finish line so that it says you won or switches to new backdrop. Something happens when a character crosses the finish line. Let's do that right now. So I'm going to say from when the green flag is clicked, and this is where things get a little bit interesting. If touching mouse pointer, then say you won for 5 seconds. Now, right here, only programs it for one character. So what I can do is I can make that extremely detailed. As you can see, if the dog crosses the finish line right now, it doesn't say that he won. So I can actually say the dinosaur won. Yay! And now I can do something that's a pretty nifty tool. I can use this duplicate, and I can duplicate this code. But for the next 2 times, we're going to say if touching dog, say the dog won. Or the elephant won. So now I'm still able to cheat here. Why doesn't that work? Does anybody remember? This is something that's really easy to forget. but it's one of the most important things. We always need to include a forever loop here. That is because our code right now says when touching the green flag, forever, our computer is looking to see if this line is touching a character. If they are touching a character, then it will say something like the dog won. If not, it's not going to say that. So here my dog goes, touches the line, the dog won. Now, if my dinosaur goes and does the same thing, the dinosaur won. If my elephant goes and does the exact same thing, the elephant won. Okay? This is great. It's a great start. But we're missing a few key details. We also need to include what? Post in the comments below what we're missing. I'm going to get started on those in our next video. Thanks for watching.